Today, the world is changing. Today, we are changing. Change is the only constant. The world is in transformation exponentially. Disruption is happening now. We change every day in response to our life experiences. So do our patients. How we respond to those experiences is up to us. They're all choices. The choices we would like to make are how we've always done it. That's fine. They're tried and tested. Good enough, sometimes. But it's been 30 years since I graduated. Is it good enough for me to practice now as I did then? Of course not. My practice has changed in response to my clinical experience and knowledge. My practice of medicine has never changed as much as it has in the last 3 years, and a significant contributor to that change has been my attendance at RACP Congress. The highlight for me was 2 years ago, the closing plenary delivered by Sir Harry Burns. The talk was on doctors and the social determinants of health. He opened by telling us that the night before he'd been going through his talk and he had changed the title. He changed the title to How Doctors Can Change the World. For me, and a number of other doctors I spoke to after that plenary, the world changed forever that day. He told us that we all have a role to play in changing the world, individually and collectively. Taking on the Congress Lead Fellow role was part of my response to that challenge. As Catherine has pointed out to us, Dr. Yelland, due respect. As Catherine has pointed out to us, the college has really stepped up over the last few years and has taken on that challenge. For me, a highlight, actually honestly the highlight, was the New Zealand election statement, Make Health the Norm. Healthy housing, good work, whānau well-being, whānau being the Māori word for family. I'm proud to be a member of our college. We're on a journey together. Our patients are challenging us. They're asking us to respond to the changing world. Our practice of medicine has to change in response. Every single speaker here at Congress believes that. That's why they're here, what they're passionate about. It's their purpose. Open your minds, right brain as well as left. We've got fantastic left brains, but don't forget your right brain. That lateral thinking, creative and intuitive right brain, but most of all, open your hearts. At the closing plenary last year, Robin Youngson delivered a heartfelt plea to bring compassion back into medicine. Back into medicine. The implication and what he demonstrated to us was that the compassion has gone out of it. Tomorrow we will open up the discussion about the health of doctors, because before we can show compassion to patients, we must have compassion for ourselves and tackle the cynicism of burnout that 50% of us suffer from at any one time. For the first time, the physician's oath of the Declaration of Geneva puts a responsibility on us to care for ourselves in order for us to give best care to our patients. Disruption in healthcare is happening. We're responding. We're leading, as Catherine pointed out. We've got a lot to do to ensure those healthy futures. Even the model of Congress has changed. Even that is disruptive. The Congress Program Committee has deliberately set out to challenge you. We've had lots of fun pulling this together. Yes, we want to help you prepare for change, but most of all, we want you to enjoy being here in collegiality. From myself, the Congress Program Committee, and particularly the Congress staff team, welcome to Congress 2018. Thank you. It just seems so mundane to go into housekeeping, doesn't it? And actually, the team has been so slick getting us to this point that we're actually ahead of time, can you believe? It is the first time ever. But I do need to do some practicalities. I do need to talk about housekeeping. Firstly, just to say, please remember to wear your name badges at all times to get into the sessions. Avoid the embarrassment of that phone going off in the middle of a keynote presentation. Please remember to turn your phones to silent at the start of every session. I do remember one really awkward and uncomfortable meeting that I was chairing, and my phone went off after I'd told everyone to switch theirs off. So it happens. Emergency alarms. If you hear beep, 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 that means be alert. There may be an emergency. If you hear whoop, 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 there is one. You will be guided out by the wardens and taken to the nearest safe evacuation point. Do we have Sky, we're going to have a housekeeping slide. Are we going to have a housekeeping slide? So there is lots of housekeeping information. It's all in your program. The key thing is actually to download your Congress app. We're going to be using it interactively. We're going to be using technology, so please make sure you've downloaded it. Now, so what you need to do is to go to the Apple App Store or the equivalent on your Android phone and search for RACP Congress 2018. You then add in your email address as the password. Sorry, not you. You add your email address, and the password is RACP18. Again, it's in the handbook. Now, if you are like me and a bit of a Luddite, it won't work first time. It never does. Don't panic. I discovered my secret to managing technology now is that the first time that happened, I used to react to it and go, oh my goodness, it's not going to work. Stop, take a deep breath, and say out loud, I love technology and technology loves me. And I guarantee it will work second time. Really important, because we're going to be using the app every day. It's got all of your own information on it. It's a fantastically designed app. At the end of every day, we're going to be doing polling. So we'll be working out questions to ask you, and we'll ask you, I don't know, what do you think, Sky? 3 questions? 2 or 3 questions, that's all. You could take 10 seconds to answer them, but we really want to know what you think, because it will guide the development of future congresses, just like last year's polling did. The highlight for me of the polling last year was the 93% acceptance rate for the shared interest model, which has shaped the model of this Congress. So we'll be doing that, and I'll be giving you the results each morning as to what you really think about what's happening. So, and we'll try and be provocative in the questions as well. But here's the thing. If you get stuck with anything at all, then there are lots of staff and volunteers wearing blue vests who will be really happy to help you. Just ask. Finally, Congress would not be possible without the generous support of our event partners and exhibitors. I'd like to make a special mention for our official Congress partner, Westpac. Thank you. We're extremely grateful for your help making this event a success. So without further ado, I would like to welcome back to the stage Dr. Catherine Yelland to introduce our opening keynote. Thank you.